is not coming back until 2026. And that is what he said. Some people are saying he said next year, and next year is in 3 days. Unless my ears, and I'm not a spring chicken, I'm getting old over here. Unless my ears are not hearing correctly, he said 2026. He said, I'm not talking about that until 2026. Anyone that thinks he said next year, it ain't what I heard. It ain't what most people heard, but there you go. And he said, stop asking. So we covered that Tuesday afternoon. I offered some unsolicited advice to Teresa, Melissa, and everybody. And I think Melissa is handling this much better than Teresa. But just in general, I think you just shouldn't be waiting and waiting around. And I mean, it's as clear as it can be. If someone shows you who they are, listen, just listen. I wouldn't be expecting it. I wouldn't try to be seen out with Jennifer Aiden. I wouldn't try to be seen out with Marge. I would just go live your life. When Melissa is sending around the sprinkle cookies, that's what you should be doing. Go ahead and actually have a what's the word? Have a life outside of the show, because they want you to be completely reinvented when they do come back to this. Melissa Gorga has weighed in on this 2026. And she said, oh my God, why? See, here's the difference between Teresa and Melissa, I find. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. Let's not give Melissa too much credit, but I do find Melissa's statements to be organic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they are put on for, I think they're just real, like real reactions. So she says, oh my God, why? I just heard that. Why? That's a really long time. Even if I'm a part of it or not a part, that's a really long time. Well, it is, but I really think this 5 stages of grief are not sinking in now for her, for everybody on the cast. Andy said 2026. I would take that to be 2026. She then goes on to say, Melissa Gorga, that's going to hurt the network. We have to have news before then. It doesn't seem like you're going to, Missy G. And I think he, meaning Andy, I think he would lose everyone if they were in limbo that long. Everyone would be like, oh, unless everyone would be like, unless they were fully recasting, so need that much time off to figure that out. Right. She's like, everyone would be like, I guess, useless or whatever. But then she's like, unless they need that much time off to figure it out, which I don't know. I feel like they need to keep a couple of familiar faces, if you ask me. Well, of course you do. Basically, Melissa is saying, why do they need another year unless you're recasting? I think you should keep some familiar faces. No shit, Nessie G. Of course you do. But I completely disagree with Melissa. She says, why would they need that long unless they were completely recasting? I completely agree. I touched upon this on Tuesday. I think if they were completely recasting, they wouldn't need that long. Now, I don't think they would rush it through, because they rushed through RHONJ, and we have a bunch of colleagues that don't know each other, that didn't know each other, and that are slowly starting to get to know each other and still have no, I mean, I don't know. They're just professionals on this show, RHONJ. And I think they're just used to doing a job and then going about their business. So it's all going wrong for me with RHONJ. And I think they would need some time to recast it, because they don't want to get in the same situation as they are on RHONJ, where they just hire a bunch of Jersey girls that are colleagues with no chemistry. But I also don't think it's a year long. I think they kind of rushed RHONJ. I think the opposite. I think that the fact that they're saying a year is that they may not know what to do. Although, let's not forget, Andy has done interviews where he has said, well, we know kind of what we're doing. I mean, he's alluded to that they've made some decisions. I think if anything, it just could be a good sign for Teresa. I don't know if she's definitely coming back, but I don't think the pause is to recast. I don't think it takes that long to recast. I don't think you should rush it. I think it's a good sign for Teresa. It's like, most of you dislike her, other than the huggers and the stomps. And today, the huggers and the stomps are in the front row. Hi, tree stomps. Hi, huggers. Today, they're in the front row. They're not so mad with me today. But I think, and you guys will be thrilled you're in the front row for this, I think that it's other than the tree huggers and the tree stumps, lots of people are really angry with Teresa and they're really not happy. And I think regardless of what they say, they know Melissa's old nose is telling the truth. And I mean, they've seen it with their own eyes that Aiden leaked the screeners, and Aiden ain't coming back, guys. Sorry. But I think the pause is really to get us to forget all the nastiness that Teresa was up to, the nastiness and rumors. And I think the longer the pause, the better the news for Teresa, because I just think it means they're trying to just have us forget all the things she has done. And I actually think it's good news for her. I think if they were just going to recast, I think that they would not need a year, that it would already be in motion. Let me tell you something. And this really is true. Like, if you told me right now, today, I had to watch, like, they were filming the reboot in New Jersey, like, right now. And basically, that, if they started right now, they would be done in, I don't know, May. And this would be on the air in July. That's still kind of far away, but not really. I'm not ready for New Jersey. I mean, first of all, let me be very clear. If New Jersey never came back with Teresa and Melissa and Dolores and all this, I would be fine. I would be maybe secretly happy because this is my job. And I mean, I love my job. I'm not complaining, but I'm going to watch it if it's on. I mean, that's kind of like I have to, but I would be fine if it never came back. But I would be more interested in watching it if Teresa is coming back. And let's just say that that's a given. And I don't think it is, but if she was coming back, I'd be more excited to watch Teresa on the Real Housewives of New Jersey literally a year and a half from now, like July of 2026, because we're going to talk about it in January and then we're going to film it. So let's just say the earliest it's going to be back on our screens is like July 2026. I'd be more excited a year and a half from now. I don't know about you guys. I'm a Gemini. I am not the same person I was a year ago. I am not the same person I was 2 years before that. I am always learning and developing and just growing as a human being. So I would be more, and I know, let's not give Teresa too much credit, I'd be more interested to watch Teresa a year and a half from now because I think of all the things in my own life I will have gone through. I'm not going to feel the same way about Teresa, New Jersey, or life a year and a half from now. So for me, it is like when the Hills, New Beginnings, they took a little pause, and Jersey Shore. It's not a huge pause, but it's enough that I would be intrigued, interested. Has Teresa grown? I mean, surely, regardless of what we're seeing on her Instagram, her life won't be the same a year and a half from now. It'll be more, to me, more interesting. I won't know what's going on. If I have to watch Teresa in 6 months, I mean, I don't know. It's too soon for me. So I think the pause, if the idea behind it, I think could work. They may not bring Teresa back, but I just think if they were recasting it or they were bringing in